So Michelle was asking whether or not I believe in spirits. Um, and I appreciate you for appreciating all of my other content. Here's the thing about spirits. I don't necessarily believe in spirits in such a way that there are spirits that are disconnected from the universe that live in some heavenly realm with some deity, and then they come and invoke themselves upon people. So I don't believe that there's this Holy Spirit nor these demonic spirits that are trying to take over people. What I do accept is that each one of us has a consciousness, and everyone who's ever existed at this level, there is a consciousness to which they have. Now, that being said, when they leave this matter form reality, it is for me, I accept that that consciousness still exists because energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So the conscious energy cannot be destroyed, but just transmute from one existence to another existence. The difference is just like here on earth, with the law of correspondence as above, so below. I am a higher conscious being than a dog, than a plant, than an ant, or at the atomic level. But my consciousness can interact at all these different levels. We can call them the matter plane A, matter plane B, matter plane C, matter plane D. Now, from matter plane A, there is spirit plane D, spirit plane C, spirit plane B, spirit plane A. At the intersection of A and D, matter A, spirit D, is the veil to which many talk about that intersect with one another. And there is a process by which we are able to communicate between those planes from the higher to the lower and from the lower to the higher. When you pass on, if you've raised your consciousness, because I do accept that if you do not understand and raise your consciousness, you come back and try it again. I do accept reincarnation. But if you do not raise your consciousness, or if you do raise your consciousness, then you may ascend to spirit plane D, or C, or B, or A. But regardless of which one you avail yourself to, you still have the possibility of dealing with things at matter plane A, matter plane B. Most people, though, on those lower matter planes, do not have the consciousness to be able to recognize what they're actually dealing with, which is the consciousness of those who have previously been either earthling humans or some other being from some other planet in some other dimension, because I refuse to accept that we are the only conscious beings in this universe. So therefore, in a sense, I believe in spirits, but those spirits are merely just the consciousness of those who have come before, those who have figured out how to raise their consciousness to a higher level. Is there a hierarchy of a Jesus and archangels and or ancestors and demons and orishas? No, I guess you can call them ancestors, but not the orishas and that sort of thing. No, I don't accept that. And I don't accept guardian angels and those things of that nature that are pinpointed directly towards you. I believe that we all have the ability to access any consciousness that has come before us or that has risen. And I shouldn't say come before us because we're eternal, but some consciousness that has already risen to a higher plane of spiritual D, C, B, A, that one that has risen to that level, we do have the ability to communicate, but it could be with any consciousness. It doesn't have to be one in your direct line. Race has nothing to do with it. Gender has nothing to do with it. Family orientations have nothing to do with it. Uncles, aunties. We put it in those categories because it makes it easier for us to understand it. But the true reality is, if you wanted to invoke, and let's say Andrew Carnegie, because you want to think about money and how to build a business, and you believe Andrew Carnegie's consciousness has risen to a higher plane of existence. Possibly, if he came back again and did it right, but possibly, you reach out to that consciousness and you can attract that consciousness and speak to that consciousness. But I don't think most people do at all. And this is where I hope people have waited to the end of this video. I believe that most people, what they are calling spirits, is just their own emotions, and they're not realizing that they're just dealing with themselves, and you're not dealing with any spirits or consciousness that are above or below. I would wager to say that 99.9% of what people call experiences of different beings or spirits is merely the inner spirits that they have within themselves, that is of themselves. And even when you're talking about you've been around these people or that person's spirit or that person's energy or that person, although you can attach to those people's energies, it's only available to be attached to you because you have an opening of your spirit that is attached to the same thing. Meaning, if I've lived my life with my aggression and my willingness and desire to fight, I've controlled it, but it's always there. But the right energy from that person over there could bring that out. I got the love in me, and the right energy from that person can bring that out. I got the I don't know, sneaky person in me, or the conceited person, or the narcissistic person, or the whatever attribute you want to describe, whether we say they're good or bad, is in you. And the right people around you can bring that out. This is why you got to be mindful of who you're around. But for the most part, just people's own energy that they're dealing with, that they may have been hiding and never done the shadow work to truly flesh out who they really and truly are. And you're experiencing yourself. Now, when you've raised your consciousness to the master level, you can experience other consciousness at higher levels than the matter plane existence. That part, I know is true. You have a great day. Remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.